nature has given me a lot to enjoy in my life. So I thought it's my duty to give it back. So after I did my duty as a soldier to my nation, I thought now I can be a green soldier and I can still do my duties. So after 18 months of fierce action as IPKF soldier, Indian peacekeeping force soldier in Sri Lanka, I started working on wildlife films, and I was lucky to have worked with National Geographic on two films. And there I learned about snakes. So I gave up everything. I thought people are beating up snakes, and best is to educate people how to live with snakes in nature. So this project has been self-funded. I and my wife, we have been raising our own funds through tourism and photography. It all started with my love for nature and animals. My father, when I was a small toddler, he used to take me to a small jungle there, and my love grew for animals and nature. And then I got very curious how people do photographs of animals from that close, how people shoot tigers with their cameras and elephants. So I started loving snakes because I thought people, my now another mission is to save innocent snakes and ignorant people. And as a photographer, I want to bring out the beauty of animals and show it to people. This is an injured eagle which I brought home from the road. I fed him for 4 days. He became healthy. One day I did photographs and then I released him in the wild. So the beauty of this animal, this bird, beautiful, majestic bird, I couldn't have shown to people if I had shot him in the wild. So it was an opportunity which came. Now look at the majestic cobra. I want to bring its beauty that snake is only a safe animal, like your electricity in the house. You keep distance from a naked electrical wire, you are safe. So I wanted to show the beauty of these animals through photography. Now, this is a small studio which I rigged up many years ago in my house. I'm shooting a small insect called praying mantis. And my most favorite model for my photography in the studio. Me and my son, we go out hunting for these praying mantises, bring them home, and we have learned a lot from them. Look at this beauty. And I also want to tell people don't go chasing big animals in the jungle and make a crowd there and touristy crowd and the vehicles going into the national parks, they create a mess. Now, tiger shows have become more of a circus in the national parks. And I have stopped taking my guests and tourists to national parks. So that is my contribution to the nature conservation that I have stopped taking people to the national parks. So I've removed the carbon footprint. And I want to show people these small animals are also beautiful. You can do photography with them also. And today, all photographers carrying big cameras, they just rush to national parks, only tigers. No, that's I want to show them the beauty of these small animals. And I've started a venture because everything needs money to support, some kind of money, big or small. So I started about 29 years ago tourism to raise my funds and support myself as well. And also, I'm using tourism to convey my message about nature conservation. So, mission is nature conservation through tourism and photography. And this is my in the background truck, which I take people out, and my spirit for the outdoors and my spirit, which was given to me about adventure by my father in the army, has led me to start this venture. And I believe I was taught in the army lead by example. Don't preach people, don't scream that don't do this, don't do that, and do that, do this. So wherever I go, first I clean the place. This is my duty. When I want to use some place, I must clean it for my guests and I must leave it clean for the next people. So in everything I'm involved, in every activity, I enjoy doing it. So I have changed my life. I enjoy everything what I do. So this is the truck which we built, me, my wife, and my children, we designed it. So here Here we are discussing inside the truck, this overland truck. It was built in India. In India, recreational vehicles, caravans, camper vans, overland trucks were not heard of. Now, what we could not do in 20 years in India to bring the culture of caravans, Corona has done it in 20 days. Now I'm glad people have started, realizing the value of caravan travel. And here, me and my wife is standing in front of the fabrication site where we were involved every day, almost for 1.5 years. No Saturday, no Sunday. So I have taken my family out from childhood, my children, to experience nature. So I want them to experience nature. So they say, oh, wow, nature is beautiful. And this does not need to be disturbed. How to live as a responsible citizen and a traveler. So this is my duty. If I can leave behind my two children as the citizen of this country, responsible ones, who will take care of the treasure of this country, I'll be very happy. The spirit of outdoor, and I live like a free man. I enjoy my freedom. My daughter, when she was only 40 days old, we took her on a long trip. And this was a long trip which we did, 6 months long trip, unheard of in India. People called me mad. I came back with my wife and daughter exactly after 1 year home, after 12,000 kilometers in India. Here we are having breakfast on the road. People are very scared. I tried exploring life in the wilderness in India. So this is what we have shown people. Now, if you see on my vehicle on top, my food which was left out at night is lying in the open. I have not got any refrigerator in my caravan. So these are the habits which we need to develop. That don't look for comforts always. You have to take care of your necessities, not comforts and luxuries. So this food survived, and we did not overcook. We don't carry that stuff which we need to carry in my refrigerator. My refrigerator has been lying at home for 22 years now. I've not installed it in my caravan. This is my daughter, where this is the first day when she learned how to sit. And this is outside a national park. And this is when she was only 40 days old. Again, the same excursion. I have involved my children. My son, when he used to come from school, he used to stop at the fabrication site, and he gave me ideas, very creative ideas, good suggestions. So I am trying to lead by example and by involving my family and everybody around me. Then I started clicking photographs of my soldiers, my friends, to project them in good photographs, basically to sell these photographs and raise money, and also project soldiers in good images so people start respecting them from a different perspective. Now, these are the prints which I give them. In the army, we have raised funds through these pictures. Now, this is my contribution to the Indian Army because they have given me a lot, and I need to give them back as my responsibility. I've done a coffee table book on MiG-21. MiG-21 is one aircraft which earned very bad name in India. But when I worked on coffee table book, I realized is one of the most wonderful, amazing aircrafts. Only thing is propaganda by the weapon lobby and the press. Those were probably paid for this propaganda. MiG-21 lost its image as the most developed, most evolved aircraft in the world today. It is the only aircraft which has served the maximum air forces, and it served the Indian Air Force probably 55 years. And one of the versions is still serving. So this is the beauty I wanted to bring out. I want people to stop and look at an image when I want to convey a message. This is the book which we created, me and another colleague of mine. He was the commanding officer of the So we take people out to exotic locations away from the crowd and relax and
We have a difficulty in capturing. microphone.
Say again?
I think we had
Again?
difficulty in listening in microphone. No, it is okay. Go ahead.
Okay, look at this location. This is in Ladakh where people don't camp. This is the banks of the river, and people don't have facilities. They don't have the courage to go and pitch up a dome tent. And when I take people there for 3 hours, people like to spend 3 days. Now, this is what we are doing with our overland truck, and we are trying to set up an example where we don't give bonfire. We tell people bonfire is for your comfort, for luxury. The wood, which is already scarce in Ladakh, is for somebody's necessity, not for our comfort and enjoyment. So we give them barbecue, where we cook food as well as they get heat also. Now look at the secluded beach. This beach is in Gujarat. Nearest tea shop is about 20 kilometers. Now you can take a walk here for 10 kilometers, nobody around you, no human being, no interference of anybody, and how wonderful. Now this is in the backwaters of a dam in Rajasthan. The picture speaks for the location itself. Now these are pure sand dunes in Rajasthan where people don't go. It's 120 kilometers from the nearest city. No facilities. So we take facilities to these places where people do photography and they relax. These are the kind of exotic locations on the river banks where you feel that, oh, I wish I could spend a night. We give you a night there. Now this is on the beach. We had barbecue party. We all slept at about 3 o'clock past midnight after barbecue. Now this is one morning breakfast we organized next to the crocodiles. These are 19 of them. They're hardly about 50 meters from us, but we are at a higher ground on a dam. This is the best family holidays we give. Basically, we give holidays to a family to spend quality time. Don't waste time television or shopping when you go on a holiday. These are the holidays which a family is supposed to spend, not going around. Yes, when you want to go on an exploratory holiday, it has to be very different. Where you give bonding. This is where on the river bank, a family spending time. We have warm waters, sunshine, and this is the breakfast on the river banks. Early morning tea and breakfast is a treat. It's like beyond words. This is in Ladakh. We get some people, European people, those are used to this culture and it's very easy to handle them and they enjoy it a lot. So you can have very relaxing holiday on the beach or a river. Look at this location in Spiti Valley. Nobody camps here because there's no facility. We are on the river banks. Again, Spiti Valley, total wilderness on the riverbed because this river doesn't get flooded. This river will never have water more than 6 inches because the ice is melting and the water comes very, very slow. And it's such a treat to be on this small islandish thing in the middle of the river. Family holiday in the wilderness. This is next to the sand dunes. We get you camel rides, you do star trailing. Look at this beautiful photograph. People can do astrophotography with us because people, as astrophotographers, they have to be away from the city. And when you are in the winter or in the cold weather in Ladakh, then you need some kind of support. You need some kitchen which can give you hot coffee, hot snacks, or food and loo, and a lot of battery charging needed. So we do that. And also, we take people to such places where other tourists don't go. These are the caves right bang on the road in Himalayas, in the Himalayas in Ladakh, but tour operators don't take them there. But because we don't have to worry where you're going to spend the night, so you get to see such places. And we have got very elaborate arrangements. We keep and carry the best equipment on board. And you can have a look at this. This we call it in the army terminology, housewife kit, though you can call it a multi-purpose kit. It's got everything from in the outdoors. Suppose your shoelace breaks, your holiday can go for a toss. Hook, button, and your scissors, tweezers, everything is there. And we also organize very special holidays for photographers where we don't organize photo tours. Why we call it holidays for photographers? They need to relax. Today, people don't have time. They can bring their families. They can do photography. They can enjoy a holiday at a place. Otherwise, photographers, after doing some photos of one location, they would like to move to the next location in a hurry. But we give them holidays. Now, I have been able to raise funds as well as awareness through these kind of photographs, where I have tried bringing the beauty out of snakes. And I also got a chance to photograph. I have been privileged. I got 3 months to shoot inside the President House. I made a coffee table book on the Indian Army and photographed there. So I feel when I'm privileged for many things, I have enjoyed nature, I have enjoyed the Indian Army, and so much of respect in my country. So it's my duty to give back to my country and also do nature conservation efforts. And if anybody wants to come now to India to do caravan tourism, even as a business, in India, we did not have caravans. Now suddenly there's a huge demand for caravans post-corona. I mean, now after the advent of corona. So I would like to say we don't have facilities to manufacture caravans in India, and we have been covered by press many times for our all efforts. And I would like to invite any investors if they want to come to India.
Okay.